Hello and welcome to our E2 Induku online event. I'm Jason Greer and we are so very excited about this investment opportunity to invest in the United States. Our E2 Investor Visa program allows qualified entrepreneurs the opportunity to invest and relocate to the United States to develop a new business venture and of course to benefit from an absolutely stress-free process. Now the Induku Group is poised to become South Africa's leading human capital and recruitment firm. They boast the expertise in sourcing and equipping South African talent with the skills and the credentials to compete successfully for quality income and wealth opportunities both locally and abroad. Right now I'd like to introduce Lenny de Villiers and Trevor Thomas from the Induku Group.
Evening, Jason.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good, fine, thank you. Good to see you guys as, looking good.
Yes.
Yes.
Got the memo.
Thank you. Trevor Thomas, what's today about?
Like you said, Jason, we're super excited. We're going to be discussing the E2 investment opportunity in a way that you can find yourself in America. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's a great time to hand over to Lenny, and Lenny's going to talk to us a little bit about who the Induku Group is.
Absolutely. Lenny, before we get to you, for everyone who is watching today, we do have 3 polls that we're going to be going throughout the course of today's session. And if you have any questions, please put them down in the chat and we'll get through to them at the end of the session. So with that, floor's all yours, sir.
Cool. Thank you, Jason. Great. Guys, so who is Induku? This is our story. Induku is a human capital firm, as Jason said, that specializes in immigration and recruitment. The word Induku is Zulu for shepherd's rod, that we feel is synonymous with not just what we do, but our hearts around the efforts to guide people through opportunity to explore immigration. But we have partnered with internationally acclaimed visa solutions to offer sub-Saharan Africa and the UK citizens various investment and immigration opportunities. So what is our mandate and what do we do? So through 13 years of experience and innovation, Visa Solutions have created numerous immigration programs, from temporary visas to green cards through employment. But today we will be focusing on immigration through investment.
Yes, Lenny, and as you well said, we have this opportunity, this wonderful opportunity, made possible through our partners, Visa Solutions in America. And we're joined with today by Eric Bladineres, who is the Vice President of Business Development for Visa Solutions. Eric, welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Trevor. Good to see you, Lenny, as well. Always a pleasure to be here with Induku. Well, welcome to this amazing event for everybody that is watching in South Africa, in Australia, England, anywhere you are. Welcome to this event. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Visa Solutions and who we are. I'm Eric Bladineres, Vice President of the company. The company was founded in 2008, 12 years ago, by our CEO, Jose Gomez Urquiza. He started the company with a great opportunity to bring people from all over the world. The short story is that 12 years later, here we are with a company that has offices in 7 different countries in the world. We bring over 1,000 people every year to live the American dream, and hopefully today is going to be your time. We're here in Houston, Texas, so anytime you're around, please come to us.
Eric, thanks so much for your overview on Visa Solutions. It was great to hear more about yourself, your experience, and of course, Visa Solutions. Now that we've heard from Induku Group and Visa Solutions, I think it's time for us to see what all the excitement is about. So let's take a few minutes to watch a video on our Invest program. Lenny will then take a deeper dive into the E2 Visa and what it entails.
So guys, now we're getting into the nuts and bolts of the E2. The general characteristics of this E2 is it is a category under the non-immigrant visa, first of all. Then the rights. It allows you to work in your business in the United States as well. The validity for this is for a period from 1 to 5 years that can be easily renewable. But it depends on from what country you are applying from, what nationality. All right. So with that, here are some benefits that you can be looking forward to on the E2. So residence, so it's a privilege, not an obligation, to live in the United States. Work, as I said, is a work opportunity for you to work in your own company. Travel, you are free to travel throughout the United States and anywhere else in the world. Family, who is included in this is your immediate family members, which is spouse and unmarried children under the age of 21. Your spouse can apply for a job permit, meaning she can work in any other employment that is available. As I said, for your children can go to school in the process, and your children, as long as they are under the age of 21. And now we get to the system. So the system for this is getting into America. The investor can obtain a social security number and access to credit cards and credit facilities like that. And renewals. It is an unlimited renewal for this visa, but there are requirements that need to be met. So Trevor, maybe just give us a little bit more insight into the requirements of the E2.
Thank you, Lenny. Yes, in terms of requirements for the E2, we've got 3 pillars. The 3 pillars are nationality, investment, and your business. To dive into the first pillar, all right, what we need to look at is obviously your nationality. So America has got a treaty of commerce with certain European countries. And if you're a citizen out of one of these European countries, you can apply for your E2 visa. There are certain qualifications around the fact of what we call a 50%. So in other words, if you have got 50% shareholding and 50% shareholding is lying with someone with the same nationality as you, then you can also apply for an E2 visa. If you've got dual citizenship, you can also qualify for an E2 visa as long as you are staying or you're a resident in the country of your residency, which falls in the category of being part of this treaty of commerce. The second pillar that we need to discuss is obviously your investment. So what happens in terms of requirements is your investment has to be a substantial amount in terms of dollar amount. The second point to this is obviously we need to understand the origin of this investment. So we need to understand where did this come from. And then more importantly, what we need to look at over here is that in terms of requirements, your investment needs to be at risk. As you would understand, any business that you start or investment that you have does have certain amount of risk. And Eric can just discuss that a little bit more deeply when he talks about the business at hand. Then in terms of business, the requirements stipulate the following. Your business needs to be real, your business needs to be active, and of course it needs to be profitable. So when we're talking about real, certain terms come into play over here. It needs to be a registered business with legitimate bank accounts and all the necessary factors that come into play when you're talking about a business in anywhere in the world. Naturally, if we're talking about an active business, it means that your business needs to be something outside of, for example, a property that you own that just gives you an annuity per month, for example. So we need to have a business that is active, that you daily operating out of, and that would then be qualified as the natural requirements and tick the right boxes for you. So, of course, once we've now looked at all of these requirements, let's just talk a little bit about the timeline and what is required when we're talking about the timeline. First things first, you need to set up an interview with someone from Induku that we can just consult with you and give you the proper guidelines in terms of what will be necessary and what requirements we need to look at to make sure that you're ticking the boxes. Then what we're going to do is start doing all the paperwork behind it in terms of making sure that we've got your business, your bank accounts, and everything else that goes along with it. And from that perspective, we then establish your company and get the execution part of the company into play. So super exciting stuff. Once we've got that, we submit your E2 visa, get your interview, and guess what? Within 4 months, subject to you giving us all the information that we need, you can find yourself in America and looking to be based in America, doing exactly what Lenny has just mentioned to you, living the dream.
Thank you so much, Trevor. It's amazing to think that All I need is an active company, and I could be in America within 4 months, and I love the idea that my kids can start going to school and my wife can start working immediately. Thank God. Just kidding. Now, what we're focusing on here is connecting entrepreneurs and investors to invest in the United States, with the opportunity at the same time to move to the US. Now, Invest is the program that you want to be a part of. And as Trevor said, all you need to do is contact us now. Make an appointment. Send us your details in the chat to contact you for a one-on-one personal consultation. Or alternatively, email us, info@indukugroup.com, to set up that appointment. This is an absolutely exceptional visa program for exceptional people, people like you watching this. And of course, please keep your chats coming in, your questions coming in that we'll get to at the end of the session. Right now, though, we'd like to welcome back Eric to explore their investment opportunity in more detail.
Thank you, Jason. So now it's my turn to talk about Visa Solutions and our program Invest. As the name says, it's a great opportunity to come and do a great investment in real estate in America. The program includes a 360 service. In that service, we will help you with the most important part of everything, your immigration strategy. Our job is to connect you with one of the best lawyers in America in order to build the best strategy for you, regardless if it's going to be an E2, an L1, or any other kind of visa that you may need. Part of that is going to be your investment. And who is going to help you to build in that industry? Well, that's where Zion Homes comes in. Zion Homes is another company of our group, Visa Solutions, that is going to help you to get all that know-how. We will create this construction system that will help you to optimize all your costs and, most importantly, all your time. Time is money in this industry. So Zion Homes has over 70 years of combined experience with architects, builders, and real estate agents that will bring that into your business. We estimate that we will build between 6 to 10 houses in the next 4 years once you invest. And we will help you to manage that business. You will be the CEO, you will manage and be on top of your operation, but we will help you to do all the day-to-day manage.
Building a beautiful house is the dream of many, but professionally developing residential projects that exceed market standards and provide great returns is a different story. Welcome to Zion Homes, a unique and revolutionary licensing program that allows you to instantly start your real estate development company by relying on the support of professionals with over 70 years of combined experience, while accessing a consistent pipeline of residential projects to keep your company moving forward, all under the umbrella of a name that is synonymous with quality. On behalf of all the team here at Zion Homes, we invite you to explore our program and take the next step to building a better future for you and your family.
Now that you know who's Zion Homes, let me talk to you about your investment. Your investments are going to be used as working capital. The money will never leave your company, and we will only use it to buy a piece of land, a lot, build that house and all the costs of building it, and then once it's done, you will have a house and we'll sell that house. All those assets are going to belong to you and to your company. Once we sell that house, the money of the sale will come directly back to your bank account, and we will do that over and over again. As we said before, we're going to do that 6 to 12 times over the next 4 or 5 years. But what about the investments? Well, the investments start at $200,000 and you can invest as much as you want. What's the difference? Well, how much money you can earn. The more you invest, the more potential money you can make. And how does that work? Well, we have different packages. At $200,000, you can have a max potential return of 4% per year. At $300,000, a max of 6.75% per year. At $400,000, 8.75% per year. And anything above $500,000 is 9.25 per year. Again, that money is only going to be used as capital and is part of your investment. Let's talk about the cost of all this. Well, there's only one fee, and that fee is $25,000. What's included on it? All the legal fees of that immigration lawyer that will build your case are included. All the documentation and everything that that lawyer will need, translations or any kind of documents that are needed, are included in there. All our fees, all the business solutions fees to help you to integrate all the different parts of the puzzle in order to have a successful case, that's also included. The setup of the company, the fees for all the accountants and CPAs in order to build the right company and the right way of doing it, all the government fees for that company setup, and anything else that might be needed in order to build your case. A business plan, all the additional documentation from the company, and even starting and helping you to run and start that company. The only fees that are not included are the consulate fees. Those fees vary from country to country, and it can go from $200 to $300 per person. The only reason why it's not included on the 25 is because you have to pay that directly to the local consulate. But anything else that is included, it's in the 25,000. There's also a license of $35,000, but that license is not going to be paid by you, and it will not come out of your investment. So where does it come from? Well, it will come from the additional revenues in top of your percentage of return that you're getting. Thank you very much for being here today. I know it was a lot of information, but if you have any more questions or if you require further information, please let us know or reach out to our friends at Induku, and we will be happy to assist you. Hopefully we meet you in America soon. Bye-bye.
Eric, thank you so much. We are so excited to start working with you and to start this adventure with you, as I'm sure some of you are looking forward to starting your adventure in America. Now, there have been so many questions that have been posed to us during the course of this session. A mountain of questions, but unfortunately not a mountain of time. So we've selected 5 of the more frequently asked questions by you today. And we're going to pose them through to Trevor, to Lenny, and to Eric as well. So, Lenny, I'll turn to you first for the first question from Peter. Thank you so much for your question. Can I buy a house and get an E2 visa?
Peter, great question. So unfortunately, you cannot, because the regulations say the E2 means that you've got to invest in a non-marginal business investment. Okay. So sorry for you.
And so long as the business is active as well.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. All right, Trev, Marco's asked us, now look, COVID's taken its toll on the entire world, on everything and everyone and processes, etc. How long does the process take now to obtain an E2 visa?
Jason, it's a good question, specifically in the time we're faced with. So because this is an investment visa, it is not impacted by COVID. Yes, there are certain things that are impacted in terms of administrative sides. We might be waiting for documentation from someone or something like that. So there could be a slight delay, but we could still do this within 4 months. Okay. It is not impacted by COVID per se.
So invest now, and you could have a white Christmas in America, depending, of course, where you want to live. Could also be on the beach. Everyone has their preferences. Lenny, Arthur's asked us a question, one of our potential investors, Arthur. When I get an E2 investor visa, am I then required to live in the US?
Arthur, no, you're not. So as I said previously, it is a privilege, not an obligation to live in America. But wherever you invest in, so where we at the moment, you have an investment in Texas, you don't necessarily have to live in Texas. You can live in anywhere in America that you want. You can come and go as you please in this visa.
Where would you live?
Oh, I would go Texas.
I heard there's lots of tornadoes in Texas.
Apparently.
All right, Trey. Alex wants to know, is there a minimum investment amount for an E2 visa?
Yes, there is a minimum investment amount for the E2 visa. And Alex, so to your point, naturally there is a fee that is joined and coupled to that which we do. But your investment side of this is about $200,000 specific to the program we're speaking about today. So the answer to the question is a minimum of $200,000. And back to what Eric has mentioned to you, that does come with the return. Thanks,
Cool.
Jason.
Lenny, final question to you. George has asked us, does an E2 visa lead to a green card?
So unfortunately not, George. So it is, as I said, it's a non-immigrant visa in the beginning, so you will have a time span of 1 to 5 years for it. But please reach out to us for any of our other programs that might lead to a permanent solution for you in the States.
Brilliant. So to Lenny and Trevor and to Eric, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your time, those of you who have been watching. So many questions. We understand. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to us, info@indukugroup.com. And Sasha will be more than happy to get back to you as soon as possible. So we've only just scratched the surface of what this investment opportunity could mean for you and for your family. And from all of us here at Induku Group, let us inspire your adventure. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Cheers.